Hi, in the last session, we learned how the network slicing allows multiple logical networks to run on a single physical network, and how each slice can be configured independently to achieve specific network requirements for specific use cases. We also seen how this whole process works in very brief. Now let's talk about 5G service-based architecture. So, what is this service based architecture and how it relates to 5G? Let's understand this by understanding the traditional software development process first, which is often called monolithic architecture. So, what is this monolithic architecture? In monolithic architecture, all the software components are combined together into a single package, and everything is delivered and hosted at one single unit. This means that if you need to update one part of your system, then you have to integrate it with other components and rebuild the entire application and then replace the older version with the newer bundle. Well, the problem with this approach is that the updation process is very slow and it is complex too because everything is tightly connected with each other. If one component fails, then it may break the entire system. And that is the reason that monolithic systems are not very flexible. And because all of these parts are interconnected and they are tightly coupled with each other, they are bound to use compatible technologies. And to update just one part, you have to check the compatibility with the entire system. Then only you can rebuild your system to function it correctly. So this type of systems are not easy to scale and they are also slow down the development time for any new feature. For example, consider that you are building an e-commerce website. And if you build all the features like user management, order processing, inventory management, and user interfaces as one big application, then this is monolithic architecture. Well, today modern applications using a different approach, and this is service oriented architecture or service based architecture, SBA. In service based architecture, the software or the product is broken down into small and individual features, and these independent services or features communicates with each other. Each service can register itself and interact with the other services whenever it is needed. Now, by using this approach, developers can try mix and match services from different vendors and technologies, and they can create a single application by using these third party APIs, features, or individual functions. This gives more flexibility to the developers, and now they can develop new features easily and that too in less time. They can interconnect different services and components without needing to create a new interface. Consider the same example of e-commerce website. In this example, now you can break the application into separate services and each service is handling a specific function. Like one function is for order management, another function is for user accounts, one function for inventory, and one function is for payment, etc. And each service will communicate with each other. You can even buy a service from a third party company. For example, for your product, you do not want to build your whole payment gateway system. Then there are companies who are specialized in the payment handling. You can use their functions in your product for payment handling purposes. There is another company who is specialized in the database management. So you can use their services for big database handling for your product. So you can consider the options which is best suits for your requirements, or you can choose best in class services from the top vendors or budget friendly solutions, or whatever which is best fit for your demands. And that will also speed up your whole development cycle and your time to market will also reduced. Another benefit is independency. For example, suppose by some reason one service fails for your products. Let's consider your payment gateway is broken. Now, if your design is using service based architecture, then it will only impact the payment processing part. The rest of the functionalities and your application can still work like normal. Like user can still continue browsing the items and even they can add the items into their cart. The only thing that will not work is the payment part. Means they will not be able to complete the payment. Of course, this is a major problem. But the point is that your whole application is not down. It is just one function that is stuck. Now think, what if just because of this failure of one function or incompatibility with one function, your whole application become useless, like it is crashing or not operating properly, etc. So this will be a nightmare, right? So in short, in service-based architecture, even if one or two part of your system goes down, you are still able to use your application. In service-based architecture, each function can be developed or deployed or can be scaled independently as long as they are reachable over the web-based interface. In addition, the development is much easier by using APIs and web-based technologies. Developers are also flexible to use libraries or different development tools, code generators, and many other components which are broadly available in the web. So this wide support helps to speed up the initial development and regular development cycles. And of course, it reduces cost. Many developers are already familiar with service-based architecture, so finding the peoples with the right skill set is also easier. Now, the 5G core network also supports service-based architecture. In addition to the traditional point-to-point architecture, 3GPP also define a service-based model for the 5G core network. In the traditional point-to-point architecture, if operator want to add any new network element or new network instances, then it is difficult to add. And this is also more complex because in such requirements, operators may need to reconfigure all the connected interfaces, which can be time consuming. Let's look at the example. In this example, we have this application block. This is labeled as AF. We want to build this application for our system. This is the additional application that we want to build and we want to integrate it with our existing core network. Let's say we are building an analytic function in this application. So for this, we need to specify the interfaces and reconfigure the interfaces for all the connected functions from which the analytic services has to connect. And this is really challenging. Now let's look at the service-based architecture of the core network. Some of the interfaces you see here are protocol-based interfaces, such as N1 using the protocol NGAP and GAP. The interfaces which are specified with the small circles are service-based interfaces. Now it is important that protocol-based interfaces must comply with the 3GPP standards. This service-based interface gives additional layer of flexibility, and hence we can develop more innovative functions for control plane applications. For example, this analytic functions which we are talking about. This can interact with all the necessary nodes through a service-based interface, and this will allows you to connect the new components with the existing interfaces. In summary, service-based architecture can help in easy development of functions and in updation or upgradation as well. Operators and vendors will be flexible to develop more innovative features which are crucial for evolving needs of 5G network. Okay, so that's it for today. In the next session, we will be talking about virtualizations. So stay tuned for the updates. If you did not subscribe till now, then please do subscribe to learn and grow community for regular updates. If this video is informative, then please like this video, comment on video, and don't forget to share. Thank you for watching.